So the Steelers wide receiving core isn't what we thought it was. And it's not as good as we thought it was. I'm just going to be straight up, but we don't know how good it actually is. Very confusing, I know. So let's look at it from this perspective. Juju, number 2 wide receiver, elite at being a number 2 wide receiver, but it's not a number 1, so who would we put at number 1? Because there has to be a number 1, right? Then you got Chase Claypool. Is he a number 1? He hasn't proven to be. Hasn't proven to be at all. Bright spots, consistency, not really. Again, he'll have a good game like versus the Broncos, and then he'll just make a mental error like he did a ton of times versus the Vikings. So while the bright spots are there for a lot of players, what separates the good from the great is consistency throughout an 18-17 game stretch. And same with Diontae Johnson, just on a lesser scale, because he was very consistent. But the moment he wasn't in the Pro Bowl, he was in the Pro Bowl, the Pro Bowl players got announced though, and he wasn't on there, he was an alternative, his confidence dropped. And I'm not necessarily saying it's because he didn't make the Pro Bowl, maybe, I don't know, but I'm more just using that as a timeline to see when the old Diontae Johnson popped back up. And I mean the drops, the low confidence at times, all that. But the deal breaker here is the $15 million he's asking for. You can look it up. He's asking for Cooper Kupp to Stephon Diggs type money, and that would be $15 million a year. Do you pay him that? Absolutely not. You pay Cam Hayward that, a consistent player throughout almost a decade, and leadership, everything of that nature, consistency throughout 18 games. So with that, I don't know the whole contract thing. I don't know if that'll stay his asking price. It probably won't, but it points to the bigger issue, and the bigger issue is the certainty with this wide receiving core going forward. How good is Chase Claypool going to be? Is he actually going to grow and develop? How good is Diontae Johnson going to be as a number 1 wide receiver? Can he be a number 1 wide receiver? We don't know. Again, another year will tell us a whole lot about the future. It will basically tell us everything about our wide receiving core. And do you need to draft a wide receiver now or in the next draft? And I think that answer is yes. So don't be surprised if Kevin Colbert goes out there and drafts some random kid from Chattanooga and he becomes a star that we did not know in the 6th round. Just saying, it's gonna happen. This is his last draft with the Steelers, and you're smoking if you don't think that he's gonna take a wide receiver that's really, really good in his last draft. Okay, just saying.